Hey, I'm Diana Guenthardt with Intelliscan. I'm going to do a quick demo for you today on the Intelliscan intraoral scanner. A little background, I've been training on intraoral scanners for about 13 years now. So I go way back to when the scanners were much more difficult to use, much less user-friendly, much more expensive, much more cumbersome. They've gotten to the point with Intelliscan where it is very user-friendly. I'll go over all that with you, but I'm really excited to talk about it because everything that I would kind of cringe about with the old scanners has all gone away, and everything about the new one is just quick, easy to use, and also very, very cost-effective in every respect. So here is the Intelliscan scanner and the base. This is the entire unit. This is the wand. The wand is very, very lightweight, very, very easy to use. It has a nice tapered tip on the end. And by the way, these tips are autoclavable. You can also use a high-level disinfectant. They pop off. You receive 2 of the tips. You can purchase more for $45 each. They're autoclavable, or as I said, high-level disinfectant. The manufacturer says for 20 to 25 uses, and then you get a new one. However, our experience has been we do not sell very many tips because they seem to last a lot longer than that generally. So this is the entire scanner, and with that, you have a laptop that you purchase on your own. It doesn't have to be a laptop, but we find that a specific gaming computer that they run about $1,300 now for a really, really good one is what's optimal for running along with the Intelliscan. So we help you all along the way, guide you with what kind of computer you'll want to use. IT helps you set it up, and then I help you with training. And as I said, it's very, very user-friendly. So I'm going to go to the screen and I'm going to show you what a case looks like from your laptop. Opening up the icon, you're going to come into the prescription screen, and then I'll do a little demo from there. The first thing that we do when you open up your icon on your screen is you're going to come to the prescription screen, which is what you see right here. And what you're going to do is, for the prescription screen, just put in the patient's name. In the case of a restoration, we're going to choose a restoration on tooth number 30. It comes up as a crown. On the top, we hit the Save button, and then you see the Scan button appear. So we go right into the scanning screen. If you look at the top, you've got the maxilla, the mandible, and then the bite. When you see that red square in the center, that's telling us that the scanner is looking for a tooth. Where's my tooth? And if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that big black square. It's looking for a tooth. So when I get closer to it with a tooth, you can see it come into play. When I get close to the tooth, I'm going to start scanning. And by the way, that clicking sound that you hear is telling me that I'm in the process of scanning. That can be adjusted louder or quieter or turned off altogether. I like it because it tells me that I'm currently scanning. Now, at this point, I'm going to just double shake the wand. If you watch the center of the screen, you can see I can turn it off or save it with the little icons at the bottom of your screen. But I can also shake my wand, and when I do that, the circle appears, and I'm just pointing with the tip of my wand to what I want to do. I want to stop it. Do I want to save it? In this case, I said I wanted to stop it. I did not want to save it. And I intentionally left an area that still needed to be scanned. If you look at them proximally on the premolars, those little green areas, we certainly don't need those. But if we flip it over to the contact on the mesoscleral 31, that's critical data. So all we do is then I shook my wand, come back in, And there we go. So I'm going to shake my wand again. And this time I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to do a quick demo on how easy it is to scan for an implant abutment. The first thing, you open the screen and you get the prescription page. Put in the patient's name. In the upper right-hand corner, you have restoration. You choose the tooth number, and one additional step on the right where it says implant base, no implant, you're going to click what kind of abutment you need. And I'm going to put it on a custom abutment. I'm going to save that and I'm going to scan it. At this point, we're going to go ahead and scan the area where the implant is, but there is no scan body or scan abutment in place yet. And what this does is it allows us to easily scan the edentulous area, and also it makes it very, very easy for us to scan the interproximals because there is nothing in our way. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And at this point, it's going to hop over to the little icon that shows an implant. And when I move my mouse around, you see the circle. That's my hole punch. I'm going to hole punch the area where I'm going to place my scan body. I'm going to say, yes, that's what I want. I'm going to place the scan body that you can get from your lab into the edentulous area, and I simply scan that scan body. And it's very easy to do because you've scanned all of the areas around the tooth or around that scan body. And that's it. At this point, I'm going to scan the opposing. Do make sure that you get enough gingival margin on the buccal, because that's how the computer is going to register the bite. Take the implant scan body out, remove that, have the patient bite down. You'll see the two scans on the far left of the screen. Scan the gingival margins on the top and the bottom, and it will piece them together. The case is completed. I'm going to do a full arch practice scan. Okay, open please. Thank you. One thing I love about this scanner is it has AI technology, artificial intelligence, and it does just a fantastic job taking away cheeks and tongue, any unwanted data that may get into your way. Even getting to those distal, the second molars, that one doesn't have a big mouth, but I was still able to get to the distal of her second molar without any difficulties. And with the old scanners, I'm used to having to give all kinds of special instructions to the patient. But this one is just so user-friendly. I'm going to ask you to close down just halfway together. There we go. And another beauty is I can just pull the wand out of the mouth when I need to readjust. And I'm scanning in the other direction. And there you go. I see a little void right here. And number 19, maybe a little bit there on 18. And we are all set. Okay, so now we're going to scan the maxillary arch. Open a little bit wider. Thank you. And now close halfway together. Terrific. Close a little bit more. Close halfway together again? Yeah, it did. That did matter. Open a little right now. I take that back. I have a bigger mouth than you do, Tablet. Close halfway together. There we go. Okay. There you go. And now we're going to do the bite. Open please. You see the arches on the far left side of the screen. Bite down all the way together on your back teeth. And scan a little square. Basically, you're finished at this point. It only takes a couple of seconds. However, for full arch, it doesn't hurt to continue scanning after the initial save on the other side. Open, close all the way together on your back teeth. And this just ensures that both sides were occluded completely and perfectly during both sets of the scan. And there we go. At this point, we can look at the inside and we can see the exact touch points. There's a lot of things we can do to show the patient what their bite is, where they're biting initially, where they're not biting. There's a lot that we can do with the full arch scan in addition to sending it away for clear aligners, night guards, etc. One of the beauties about Intelliscan is it has great AI technology, artificial intelligence. It does a great job of determining what's cheek and tongue and lip when you make mistakes like that and just wiping it away. So I want to do a little demo here and see how intelligent our Intelliscan is. I'm going to scan some teeth, and I see some tongue in there. Let's get some tongue in there. And let's get some cheek in there. Let's get a little lip. I'm going to stop. So you can see when I did that, it wiped away much of the data that I didn't want. If I saved it at this point, it would most likely take away that little tip of tongue that you see there. But at this point, I've only stopped it. I wanted to see what I did. At this point, it's very easy for me also to just wipe that area away. So that data that was in there that I didn't necessarily want. Let's see, after doing a little bit more scanning, bounced over to the next arch already, but let's go back to it and look at that. All of the cheek and tongue. Of course, I'm not finished with the scan, but I just wanted to demonstrate the artificial intelligence and how incredibly well it determines cheek and tongue, and it wipes it all away. Of course, at this point, I can continue to add to this, but I just wanted to give you an idea as to how that feature works. So here's some frequently asked questions that we've gotten in the past.
Does the scan pick up accurate color?
Yes, it picks up color fantastically. There's two ways you're going to see it. You're going to see it in a video, and you're going to see the actual scan that you're currently doing. Actually, the labs usually don't use that color when they are actually completing the case. But for your benefit, there is very accurate color, yes.
Is there personalized support?
So yes, very personalized support. IT takes care of everything that you'll need to get everything set up and going. They're always available for troubleshooting, almost all hours of the day. And then same thing for training. You can have as much or as little training as is needed on an as needed basis, yes.
Can you mark your own margins?
Yes, the software does give you the ability to mark your own margins. My philosophy always is don't. That's your lab's job. They usually do a better job. You're paying the lab to mark your margins, and that's always my recommendation. But yes, there is excellent software where you can look at your margins, mark that, send it to the lab, and then they will have an idea if they had any questions on where the margins were. They can, and there's always something called a telephone where you can pick up the phone and talk to your lab. You can be looking at the scans along with your lab, and they can say, I'm not sure about the distal margin. Is it subgingival? We can't quite make it out. And you can work together with your lab on issues like that.
How fast can you scan an arch?
I always hesitate answering that question because our scanner is so fast. It is as fast as you can scan an arch. So you might hear some companies say it's in 60 seconds, you can get a full arch. Yes, ours is certainly as fast as any other scanner. I just hesitate to put a number on it because it completely depends on the clinician's experience, the patient, the tongue, the cheek, the interproximals. But yes, it's very fast. I could say 1 minute, 2 minutes. It just depends on the user and the patient that you're working.
I know that you mentioned a gaming computer earlier. Does the scanner come with a computer?
No, the scanner does not come with a computer. We give you recommendations, and sometimes you may already have a computer. Sometimes you might even have a desktop in your office that was just installed. You can actually take your scanner from one operatory to the next and just plug it into the next computer. There's no extra user charges or anything of that nature. So just as long as it has the parameters that we recommend, the computer has to be fast enough, of course, to take accurate videos.
Does the software need a license?
So when you buy the IntelliScan, you're also buying a dongle that is your license. So it does not ever need additional licenses, and that dongle is your license, and that's what you would move to room if you so decided to use it on another computer. You never have to buy a separate license or user fee.
Is there a fee per scan or anything else in that nature?
No. Hidden costs can be very deadly, so we don't have any hidden costs.
Thank you for watching the IntelliScan 3D demo. We appreciate your time and interest. We hope you give us a try and join the hundreds of dental practices across the country that chose IntelliScan 3D for their offices. Book a full demo now.